Hello, this is the review of the Graf Von Faber Castell Classic in the Pernambuco finish. This is a wood finish. I forgot the exact pronunciation of the wood finish. I think it's Pernambuco, but I can be wrong. There's multiple wood finishes, some limited edition, like there's the ebony wood one. So yeah, there's a lot of cool finishes. Let's get into the review. So you have the nib, has carbon black in there, the carbon black ink, plastic feed. What I like about this, just like I said, it's a wood finish. So it has a unique feel to it when you hold it compared to other pens, and it is rather a slim pen compared to other pens too. It has that unique clip that Graf Von Faber Castell pens are known for. It is spring-loaded. It has the newer logo. It has a top like here, and the bottom. This looks like a piston knob, but it's not. This is a cartridge converter pen. And so you have Graf Von Faber Castell, handmade in Germany on there, nothing else. And each of the wood finishes have some differences between them because this is handmade. So you open up, you have a metal nib section, which can be slippery, but not in my case. I really like this nib section, even though it's a slim pen. I can't reiterate enough how slim this thing is. You have an 18 karat gold extra fine nib with the newer Graf Von Faber Castell logo. Plastic feed, it's extra fine. As mentioned, this is a cartridge converter pen. You opened up as a Graf Von Faber Castell convert, which it comes with, and this has Graf Von Faber Castell carbon black in there. You can't eye drop this because it's made out of metal section, and you don't want to damage the wood. You can post this pen. I don't post my pens, but this becomes very long for me. But this is postable, and it's very securely posted. But yeah, this is about it. I could do some size comparisons. So this is the Pelican 805 next to Graf Von Faber Castell Classic. Then you have the Long Safari. As you can see, this is a very slim pen, which can be a problem for some people, and it's custom made 23 and 71911 large. Then you have the Pelican M1005. So yeah, this is a very slim pen. Not only is it slim, the nib is very small. I don't want to show every single nib out there, but let's do some comparison too. So this is the custom E23, Pelican M85, and the Long Safari. I mean, it is close to Long Safari's length in terms of the nib, which is kind of disappointing because it's a pretty small nib, but it's a very good nib. I wish the nib was bigger, but what can you do? But it kind of works with the slimness of it. As you can see, I'll show it in closer. It is very slim. The nib section is very slim compared to both the Custom E23 and Pelican 805. So that can be a problem for a lot of people, but it does flare out, so it does bring a comfortable hold. This is one of my favorite pens, so obviously I paid money because I actually like this pen. But some people might not be a fan of the metal section and the slim finish of the pen. That's something to keep in mind. So before I get into writing sample, discuss what I like and what I don't like about the pen. What I like is the wood finish. I mean, this is a Graf Von Faber Castell, like their flagship pen. They make like pen of the years and stuff, but those are like thousands of dollars. But this is their flagship model, and this is the nib. It's an extra fine, but it's a very smooth extra fine, and it writes beautifully. So I really like the nib. I really like the writing experience, which is the most important part of the pen. And they do wood finishes like no other company that I'm aware of, because this is just beautiful. I mean, I've had this for over a year, and I had no problem with it. But this can also be one of the cons, because you have to be careful when you're filling up this pen, because you might uh, damage the wood by staining it when inking up. It hasn't happened to me yet, but that could be a possible problem. And obviously the chrome finish, the metal section, slimness of the pen, that could be a problem for a lot of people. So you have to make sure you actually are comfortable holding it like this. I don't have a very small hand, but I still find it's comfortable. This is way more comfortable than the making nip and art. I mean, so in comparison, I still find the Pelican 1005 very comfortable in my hands. So even though it's a lot slimmer, it's still very comfortable. So it's just in terms of preference. And the price is also one of the cons, because this is about $500 retail, I think. But I was able to get this for about $300 brand new, which I think is a very good deal for a flagship pen from Graf Von Faber Castell. It is by no means cheap or inexpensive, but this is very high quality, had no problems with it. I mean, everything is great. So yeah, I really like this pen. Before we get into writing sample, I'll just do comparison to the older Graf Von Faber Castell in the ebony black. As you can see, now let's get into the writing sample. Writing sample of the Graf Von Faber Castell Classic and Extra Fine in the Pernambuco finish. Let's get into the writing sample. My camera can focus. Graf Von Faber. There's some feedback since this is an extra fine nib, but it's a very smooth nib. I'm not gonna write out the finish names. Pernambuco is very long. The ink is Graf Von Faber Castell Carbon Black, my favorite black ink. It's a very smooth nib with slight feedback, but it's a good type of feedback. There's some line variation, but not much. This is an extra fine, but this is more like a fine in terms of Japanese nibs. This is a Western nib, which is really fine. I loved writing with this nib. It's very enjoyable. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day.